What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're gonna chat about some taboo topics in jiu-jitsu. I don't really know if taboo is the right word. I think that's what I'm gonna title this video, but they're just a couple of things that are definitely prevalent in the jiu-jitsu community, and I think they're things that people don't always want to talk about. They're things that people sort of just have different opinions on sometimes. You're probably like, Kim, what the heck are you talking about? So let's get chatting. So the list of topics that I have kind of go from lighthearted to not so lighthearted. So the first one, washing your belt. Now, after training for a good amount of time, I truly just don't really understand why people don't wash their belt. I'm gonna be honest, my white belt has never been washed, and I'm a little ashamed. I'm a little disgusted. But I was a baby. I didn't know what I was doing. I just listened to what people told me to do and what people told me not to do. If you're newer to jiu-jitsu and you're like, what's this whole thing about belt washing? Like, why are we even talking about this? There's this theory, I guess, that people say that if you wash your belt loses its superpowers. It's unlucky. You know, all the knowledge that you've acquired just washes away, I guess, in the washing machine. It's really stupid. At the end of the day, your belt is another article of clothing that gets just as sweaty, just as wet, just as germ infested as your gi and your rash guard. So why we wouldn't just throw it in the washing machine with the rest of them, I don't know. Just remember, of course, these are my opinions. So if you have never washed any of your belts, then keep going for it. You know, you do you. This is my opinion, but I just think that this whole superstition of not washing your belt because it's going to take away everything that you've ever learned in jiu-jitsu is honestly like the dumbest thing I've ever heard. So don't be gross. Wash your belt. Keep yourself clean. Topic number 2 that's definitely prevalent in the jiu-jitsu community, but I feel like people don't really talk about all the time. People have different opinions on, and that is dating in your jiu-jitsu school. If you have been watching me for a while now, then you should know my opinion on this. I am 100% all for dating in your jiu-jitsu academy. Jiu-jitsu is how I met my fiance, who's about to be my husband in 11 days. Just saying. But yeah, obviously I am all for meeting your significant other in jiu-jitsu. I think having a partner that you can share your jiu-jitsu with is the most amazing thing ever. I think it's such a healthy thing for two people to have in common, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't be careful if you're going to date somebody in your own academy. Obviously, we all know that dating can be really tricky. Relationships, they can get messy, and you don't want to be the one that's causing drama within your academy. You don't want to be the one that's making things awkward for anybody. And of course, if things kind of went south, you don't want to be put in the position where one of you has to leave. So I think my biggest piece of advice is if you're going to date somebody within your academy, make sure that it's a relationship that you feel like is a good one. You know, if you get in a relationship with someone, if it's not the person that you're going to spend a long time with, you know if it's going to be something more casual. I absolutely would not recommend casually dating within your school, sleeping with multiple people, talking to multiple people. That can get very messy very quickly. But if you meet someone and you feel like it's going to be something long term, you just have that feeling in your gut, you know, go for it. One day you might be getting married to them, just like me. Topic number 3 that I feel like people have a lot of different opinions on, especially academy owners and coaches, especially if you're really old school, cross-training. I don't quite understand why as a coach, as an academy owner, you would prevent your students from training at other schools. I mean, I get it. I understand why. I guess there's that fear of course, your student liking another school better, liking another way of teaching better, and they want to leave your school. But I think if you have that fear as a coach, that kind of shows your level of insecurity. I kind of have the mindset of if you're confident in your academy, if you're confident in your teaching skills, in what you're teaching, if you're confident in the program, then you really shouldn't be worrying if your students are going out to train somewhere else. In my opinion, training training in multiple academies, having different options to go to when you kind of want to switch things up a little bit is only going to help you grow. When we drill, and especially when we roll with the same people all the time, every day, over and over again, we get used to rolling with each other. We get used to the different moves that everybody does. We know what our partners are going to do before they even do it. But if you go somewhere different and you've never rolled with these people before, you have no idea what they're going to do. You have no idea what their game is. And training like that is what's going to push you. It's what's going to test you. It's going to test whether you know your stuff. It's going to test whether you can actually do the movements that you do in your own academy. There's just so many benefits to it. And if your coach doesn't allow it, if your coach gives you an attitude, if they find out that you went somewhere else to train, to me, that's a red flag. Cross training is a good thing. Training with other people is a great thing. That's how you meet more people. That's how you grow within the community. If you stay just stuck in your own little school's bubble for your whole jiu-jitsu journey, how boring is that? If you've never trained anywhere else except for your own school and you're having doubts about how your coach will feel, you can always just talk to him or her. It doesn't hurt. Explain why you want to do it, and hopefully they understand. Topic number 4 that people don't always talk about all the time, and a topic that people have different opinions on depending on what academy you belong to, is Gauntlet promotions. And if you don't know what this is sort of the old school tradition of when you get a new belt during promotion and you run through the gauntlet and you get whipped by everybody's belt in line. I don't really have too much of an opinion on this. If it's what your school does, then so be it. I've never attended a promotion where this has actually happened. I would like to know if they do it on women. I feel like in every video that I've seen of it, I've only seen it done on men, but I've never seen women getting whipped by the belts. I don't know if that would actually happen, but I could be wrong. I have no idea. It's just sort of this initiation thing for when you get your new rank. I'm not really for it. I'm kind of happy. Actually, I'm very happy that my school doesn't do it. But if your school does it and it's just a normal thing, then that's totally okay too. If you've ever been a part of the initiation and you've been whipped when you've gotten your new belt, let us know in the comment how it was. I'm kind of curious to know what that experience was like because I will certainly never experience it myself. And the last taboo, sort of not so talked about topic in jiu-jitsu that absolutely happens a lot more than we think it does, and that is the not so fun topic of sexual assault. Most of the time, I feel like we think of jiu-jitsu as just this magical place where nothing bad happens and you go there and you feel just 100 times better leaving and it's just the most wonderful place on the planet. And, you know, for the most part, it is. That's why I've created this channel, right? To get as many people to train jiu-jitsu as possible. But there's definitely, like anything else, a dark side to it. And jiu-jitsu is certainly not always rainbows and butterflies all the time. There's this sort of idea in jiu-jitsu that men who are black belts are superior, are put on a pedestal. Yes, they are ranked higher than you, but they're ranked higher than you in jiu-jitsu. But that doesn't mean that they should be allowed to do whatever they want to you in any other form. There's definitely academy owners out there who use their power of owning a school, they use their power of being a black belt against other people. So I guess I'm just bringing up this topic, one, because it's something that people don't talk a lot about, and not so much to share my opinion on it, but just to kind of bring it to light, especially for a lot of you. A lot of my viewers are newer to jiu-jitsu, and maybe you guys don't know that something like this can absolutely happen in the community. So just to kind of bring it out into the open, not to scare you, not to make you fearful of training, not to make you fearful of putting your daughters in training, but just to make you aware and just to kind of always keep your eyes open. That's why I've talked about in past videos red flags that you should look out for when you're about to join a jiu-jitsu school. Things to look out for with the coach, with the men in the room, what kind of environment they're creating. Because unfortunately, things like this do happen, and we want to make jiu-jitsu a safe place for everyone. Now, I think the best part of this video is going to be seeing all of the comments that you guys leave. So I want you guys to flood the comments with your opinions, with your stories. What are your opinions on washing your belt? Do you wash it, or do you just leave it be with however it happens? I want to hear the juicy stories. If you've ever dated somebody in your academy, if you know someone who has dated anybody in the academy, did it turn out great? Are you getting married, or did it completely fail and everything just went downhill? Let me know. Let everybody else know. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you are not subscribed to my channel, subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that bell notification button so that you never miss when I post a new video. And until the next video, I will see you guys next time.